Today we're making a Wargaming table for Age of Sigmar. Hi everybody, I'm Brian Jones, the Sunday Carpenter, and welcome to my show. Today I'm doing something a little different. I'm making a gaming table. A friend of mine here in Japan plays Age of Sigmar, and he got me into the game. Up until now we've played in this room and we've used really thin plywood. My friend got a splinter, and when I was cleaning it all up I got a splinter from the edges. Now that it's winter vacation and I've got a little time on my hands, I decided to remedy that situation. Requirement 1. It's got to be easy to set up and put away. Requirement 2. It needs to be compact when it's put away because I don't have a lot of storage space. To fulfill requirement number 3, it needs to be 6 feet long by 4 feet wide for the full scale game and 4 feet by 4 feet for a smaller game. So what I've come up with is I'm going to make it into 3 panels, each one 2 feet by 4 feet. I can use 2 panels if I want to play a smaller game, and I can use 1, 2, 3 panels if I want to do a full-size game. Now what are the panels? Let me show you. What I have here is 5mm plywood, 30mm by 14mm pine going around the edges. I've got some blue styrofoam insulation that's 30mm thick, and I'm going to glue it into here. I should probably cover the whole thing in Mod Podge, but I don't know where to get Mod Podge here in Japan, so I'm just going to cover them in a paint and glue mix. I'm just using regular old woodworking glue for this. It's the only thing that I have at the store. I tried using 3M spray glue, but it dissolved the blue styrofoam. It was a little bit too long and it didn't fit in the pocket very well, so I just went over it with a nice X-Acto knife. That's not true. I just went over the edge here with a box cutter and just kind of cut it down until I got it to the right size. There is a rough side and a smoother side. I'm going to keep the smoother side up. I don't have any clamps, so I just got some heavy books to hold it down while the glue dries. Thank goodness I ordered the Surfer's Journals compendium a few years back. Next up. And some more books. I've let the glue dry for 24 hours on the blue panels. I'm going to take out the screws, run a 1/4 inch round over bit around all the edges on the bottom, only the bottom, not the top. I want to make sure the tops are all square. You really don't want a router spinning at 10 or 20,000 RPMs slamming into a stainless steel screw, so that's why I pulled those out. You also don't want to leave your eyes and ears unprotected, so I've got my goggles and ear protection as well.
Whew, those are cold.
Every time I finish with this tool, I like to unplug it. Better safe than sorry. Rounding over the edges should keep splinters to a minimum. Now it's just a matter of putting the screws back in. This panel is made out of 2 boards because the ply that they sell is 6 foot by 3 foot. I had 2 2x4s and then I had a 3x2 left over. So I cut both of those 3x2s down into 2x2s. I put them together like this instead of buying an extra board and wasting most of it. Don't worry about saving money by using the scraps. That's okay in my book. It's getting cold out, so I brought everything back inside for the next step. The only tools I'm using is a cheap dollar store paintbrush, paper cup, and a dessert spoon to mix everything together. Again, if you have access to Mod Podge, that's probably what you want to use. Let's do this. It's okay to get the wood also glued up because it's part of the tabletop. Originally I thought to put the glue and paint mixed together so I can just do it and I'd be done. But it doesn't look like the color is coming out anywhere near what I wanted it to. This time I'm going to do about 3/4 glue and a little bit less than 1/4 of water so I can mix. And I'm going to put that on everything. So this is the first board. I've got all the glue on it. I did this off camera. It was a lot easier to spread than the first application. After putting 2 coats of glue on the boards, I sanded them down lightly with some 120 grit sandpaper because they're getting kind of rough. They got a pretty smooth texture on them after that, and I put 1 more coat of glue on it and let it sit for 24 hours. I painted them with the water-based acrylic walnut colored varnish. And now it's a really nice, smooth, hard surface. And it came out okay. But when I noticed when I was painting on the varnish, it was getting kind of gooey. And I was a little worried. But it seems to have come out okay. The boards fit nicely together. So my next step is to bring them outside and spray paint on some color. I'm using basic rattle can spray paints here. I'm using green and I'm using brown. A really good tip for using spray cans is to warm them up in hot tap water. Not boiling water, just take hot tap water in there for about 10 or 15 minutes. Let them warm up. Shake. I'm done for outside. It's too cold to be out here. Keeping the spray cans warm does help the spray. Definitely a good trick. I just did random pattern of brown and greens, and then before it dried I went over it again, just kind of blending the edges of the 2 colors together, and you get the table you see before you. I didn't do the whole table. I left some patches showing the darker walnut color that I did as the base coat. Leaving that walnut visible in some places gives it a 3rd color and a little more texture and depth. My friend said he might get a battle mat, so I kept this table flat so we can put the battle mat right on top of this and use a battle mat. It was a pretty easy project. It took, I think, about 1 week, doing it about an hour or two a day. If you're a gamer, and you got a small place for gaming, you don't have a lot of room, and you want a table, well, this is a pretty good way, I think, to make a table that you can put away and put up and put away and put back up really easily. I've got the panels over here in the corner of the room. They take up almost no space. Even if you live in a small house or a little apartment, you could probably fit these in the back of a closet somewhere, take them out when you need them, and put them away. So here I'm going to set them up. I'm not going to speed this up at all so you can watch it in real time. First, I just got some mats. The rubber is on one side, and this is just to protect the table a little. They're not necessary. Mark the edges so I remember which board goes where. Boom, done. This is 6 feet by 4. Take that one out, you got a 4 by 4. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you liked that video. If you could, please hit the like and the subscribe button down below. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. I do my best to read each and every one. Thank you all, and have a great 2021. Let's put some terrain on here. I know they're still all gray. I spent all winter vacation making the table and the terrain. I'll get to painting them later, but that's not for the Sunday Carpenter channel. Stay safe, everybody. Thanks for watching.